There's a reason Sri Lanka is known as the Pearl of the Indian Ocean, and to experience it for yourself, you'll probably have to go and check it out for yourself. But before you go, you might want to watch this video for some inspiration before jetting off to one of the most stunning tropical paradises in the world. Colombo's dazzling lights and wafts of fragrant spices clash with the warm waves of the Indian Ocean, making it the ideal site to start exploring the formerly known country of Ceylon. Whether you have 1, 2, or 3 weeks to visit Sri Lanka, the number of activities available in such a short period of time is incredible. Number 10. Dambulla. Dambulla is encircled by gigantic granite formations that are lushly vegetated, giving a one-of-a-kind setting. Dambulla is the hub for nearby temples, such as the Cave Temple, but it also is home to one of the busiest fruit and vegetable trade centers, the Dambulla Produce Market, which is vital to the local economy. Everything from bananas, mangoes, and potatoes to imported onions from Pakistan is sold at wholesale prices here, with merchants haggling for the best deals before transporting the produce to Colombo. Locals in Dambulla are among the friendliest people you'll ever meet. Even if they're carrying bags of potatoes, they'll gladly stop to chat. Number 9. Habarana. Habarana is a small town extending north to south along a road, yet it has proven to be much more. If you want to go on a safari to Minaria or Kaudula National Parks, Habarana is the place to stay. Cinnamon Lodge, a huge hotel overlooking a vast lake home to over 100 different species of birds, and the occasional cute but annoying monkeys, is one of the nicest locations to stay in Habarana. Because Cinnamon Lodge is located in a sensitive environment, everything you eat comes directly from the Dambulla market or is grown on the grounds of the hotel. Number 8. Dambulla Cave Temple. The magnificent constructions inside the rocky temple of Dambulla, which dates back to the 1st century BC, are among the coolest sights in Sri Lanka. The caves, which are filled with a large number of Buddha statues, will undoubtedly impress you. Don't miss this strange reclining Buddha, which is 14 meters long and is said to be in peri-nirvana, or nirvana after death. Number 7. Yapahuwa Rock Fortress. Yapahuwa is a stunning granite natural formation that was once used as a fortress. It was in use as early as the 13th century, stretching 200 meters from the fertile ground underneath it. But it's much more than just an old historic ruin. Yapahuwa provides insight into what King Bhuvanekabahu's kingdom would have looked like all those years ago. A trip to the summit of Yapahuwa, whether ascending or descending, might be challenging. The steps are steep, and water is running down the cliff, making the granite slippery. It is well worth the effort, and the panoramic views of the Sri Lankan countryside will take your breath away. Number 6. Polonnaruwa. Polonnaruwa, the old capital city of King Vijayabahu I in the 11th century, is only a 45-minute drive from Habarana, so there's no excuse not to go when visiting Sri Lanka. It's a massive site spread out across an enormous area of land, so renting a bicycle rather than walking everywhere is the ideal way to tour it all. Polonnaruwa is divided into 5 sections: the Royal Palace, the Northern Group, the Little Southern Group, the Quadrangle, and the Small Island Park, with a number of additional remains scattered throughout the site. Don't miss out on exploring the Polonnaruwa Quadrangle, which is one of the attractions of the area due to the way the structures are placed around one another. Number 5. Anuradhapura. Anuradhapura, a UNESCO World Heritage Site in Sri Lanka, is known for its sacred Buddha's tooth relic. The Abhayagiri Dagoba, once over 100 meters tall, has fallen apart over time. Jethavanarama, similar to Abhayagiri, is one of the largest man-made structures in the world, made with over 9 million bricks. Sri Mahabodhi, the oldest Bodhi tree in Asia, is the most sacred Buddhist monument in Sri Lanka. It is located in the temple center, but its branches spread over the walls, allowing visitors to see one of the sacred leaves falling from the sky. The temple's history is a testament to the country's rich cultural heritage. Number 4. Sigiriya Rock. Sigiriya Rock, popularly known as Lion Rock, is by far the most popular tourist destination in Sri Lanka's northern central region. Busloads of tourists are on their way to the old stronghold of Sigiriya, which King Kassapa once ruled in the 5th century. Don't be scared off by the enormous amount of tourists. It's definitely worth battling the crowds for, because it's one of the most impressive locations in the entire country. If you're afraid of heights, a wonderful stairway takes you right to the top of the rock, so skip this one. The 2 massive lion's feet at the foot of Sigiriya are impossible to miss, and the feet serve as a passage to the summit of the fortress. The views from the summit are spectacular, as predicted. Number 3. Ritigala Ancient Monastery. Ritigala is a really special destination in Sri Lanka, and its location makes it much more special. With the 4th century remains in the middle of the Ritigala Natural Reserve and surrounded by several turquoise creeks. A route runs from ruin to ruin, eventually ending in a dead end that is a great area to relax and soak in the ambiance of Ritigala. Number 2. Uda Walawe National Park. Uda Walawe National Park in southern Sri Lanka offers a unique opportunity to see Asian elephants, water buffalo, sambar, spotted deer, jackals, bear sloths, and giant squirrels. Adult entry costs $15, and visitors must have a vehicle and driver to avoid potential danger. Vehicles can be parked outside the park with a driver for around 3,000 rupees for half a day. However, the park faces threats from cattle farming, as a cattle-proof fence prevents cattle from entering the park. This results in a constant food shortage for the elephants, forcing them to travel to waterholes and forests outside the fence. Therefore, adding Uda Walawe National Park to your Sri Lanka travel list is recommended. Number 1. Alea Resort and Spa. While the views of Sigiriya Rock from Alea Resort are among the greatest for a hotel in the area, there's also a top-notch kitchen for cooking courses, which, like the lodge, is only a few minutes walk from the hotel's lobby. A sort of hall is filled with traditional tools and images depicting the history of harvest and cooking in Sri Lanka, while a small traditional kitchen made entirely of red clay is just a few meters away. Sri Lanka is a country with a population of 22 million and a population of 65,610 square kilometers. Its capital is Colombo, with other many cities including Kandy, Galle, and Trincomalee. The currency is the Sri Lankan rupee, and the language is Sinhalese and Tamil. The country has a rich history, with its surf breaks, pristine beaches, and coconut palms being its main attractions. To reach Sri Lanka, air travel is the only way to get there, with the main international airport being Bandaranaike. Visa requirements are required on entry and can be attained at Baranaki International Airport or through the Electronic Travel Authorization System. The people of Sri Lanka are known for their friendly nature and hospitality. When traveling to Sri Lanka, expect high humidity, monsoon rains, and frequent thunderstorms. The country has 3 monsoon seasons, making choosing the right time to travel difficult. Rain can help cool you down during humidity peaks, but roads may be cut off due to swelling creeks, rivers, and paddy fields. Travel itineraries in Sri Lanka include visiting Pata, a bustling 24-hour market, Cinnamon Gardens, the National Museum, Galle Face Green, and trains along the coastline. While Sri Lanka is easy to get around, driving or hiring a trishaw may suit those looking for a more relaxed experience. Transport in Sri Lanka is relatively quiet compared to places like India and Nepal, but road rules are still quite hectic. Trains are good for getting around, especially from Colombo to Kandy or Galle. Taxis are cheap, but agreeing on a price before leaving is important. That concludes my list of the best things to do in Sri Lanka. Have I convinced you to go? Do you have something to add? Or a favorite place you want to go from the list I've shown you? Please let me know in the comments.